Hi, my name is Mary Malone of Coldwell Banker Realty in the Lux Service Group. I'd like to speak with you about buying your first home. The first step for buying your first home is to figure out where you would like to live. We service both New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Both together, that's a pretty large territory. So what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for close proximity to work, to family, to amenities? Do you want to be in a rural area? Would you like to be in an urban area? That's the number one thing to do. Once you determine the area you'd like to look in, then let's figure out what you can afford. How do you do that? Number two, and most important thing is let's speak with a reputable lender. You can certainly shop around, but you'll want a lender to educate you about how much you can afford and what you're comfortable paying for a home. After you get a pre-qualification letter from a lender, then let's choose your buyer's agent. You do need to sign a buyer's agreement with a buyer's agent. I am part and the team lead of the Lux Service Group at Coldwell Banker Realty, and we want to make sure that we give you the best service possible. So what we'd like to do is sit down and have a buyer's consultation with you. When you choose us to be your buyer's agents, we want to make sure we over-educate you on the process. So once we start going to look at properties, we will take a look at the aesthetics of the home, the fun, shiny, pretty stuff, but we also want to talk about other issues with homes. So number one, in New Jersey, we have a lot of septics. If a septic is at the end of its life cycle and you're thinking you're going to spend 10 plus years at a property, that septic, if it does pass, will most likely become your cost when you go to sell your home. So I'd like to point that out to buyers. What is the difference between natural gas, propane, and oil? That's something else as well. Natural gas typically is less expensive than oil and propane. So are you looking at your monthly costs? Also, age of roof. If a roof is at the end of its life cycle and it's not leaking, most likely a seller will not replace it. So I want to make sure you are aware that if you're to get this home, most likely you're going to have to replace the roof. So being a real estate agent isn't just talking about the good stuff. I also want to make sure to point out the more expensive issues with purchasing a home. Once we write up a contract with a home, and if there's an offer and acceptance, it goes into attorney review. After attorney review, we typically have 14 days to perform home inspections and get back any requests to the sellers. I do tell buyers, let's focus on the big picture and not worry about the smaller items. That's typically how we should negotiate home inspection items in New Jersey. It is up to you what you'd like to ask the seller to do, but if it's not broken, typically the seller won't fix it. Once you've had your home inspection, which is conducted by a licensed home inspector, we're waiting on the mortgage commitment. After the mortgage commitment comes in from your lender, we're almost there to the closing. We will do a final walkthrough the day before the day of closing and make sure that everything that was supposed to be remediated after the home inspection is taken care of and that the home is performing the way it did during the home inspection. Once you're done with the walkthrough, we are off to the attorney's office for the closing. I would love to educate you about buying your first home. If this is something you'd be interested in, please don't hesitate to call or text us anytime. I'm going to leave a first-time home buyer's guide in the notes, and do not forget to follow me on YouTube. Like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me.